Hi, this is Sam here from samnuku.com, and I want to thank you for stopping by and watching this video tutorial. If you're not sure where to start with your online marketing business, I want to share with you 4 steps to succeed with your internet business. Step 1. What is your target market? There are 6 main demographics that you need to focus on when it comes to targeting a market: age, gender, and education at the first level, children, income, and ethnicity at the second level. Now there are actually deeper levels, don't get me wrong, but this is a very good starting point. As we're talking about content marketing and you figuring out what your target market is, these 6 baselines are a very good start. You can go a lot deeper, and a lot of people do, especially when it comes to paid advertising, but for now I would focus on these 6. The reason you need a target market is if you market to everyone, you're actually marketing to no one. The reason being is that 5 to 10% of people who visit your website are going to be your long-term customers. That means that 90 to 95% of people who visit are just tire kickers for you, right? And that means that they're going to visit your site, they're going to get whatever it is that they're going to get, and they're going to get on with it, or they're going to go and opt into other email marketing lists, or they're going to find the answers that they actually want on other websites. So you want to fine-tune your message so that you can focus on who it is that you're marketing to, and the more information that you can get on that specific person, an individual, and the better you can fine-tune your message, right? So let's say, for example, that you run an online network marketing business, and your ideal prospect is a 45 to 60-year-old male who has no college experience. They have 3 children with an income of $75,000, and the ethnicity is white American. Okay, now there is nothing wrong with focusing your message entirely on that, right? Every time you create a piece of content, every time you create a video, you think about that person. You know, in fact, I would even encourage you to give him a name. His name can be Bob for all I care. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you bring this person to life, so that every time you create a piece of content, you've got that individual in mind. You have to think, is this content that I'm creating relevant for the individual that I'm targeting, and is it going to help them in some way, shape, or form of what they're actually trying to do? Okay, so I just want to demonstrate to you the use of Alexa.com and how it can really help with you helping to figure out what your target market is. So just type into Google Alexa, and it's the first website that comes up. This website is huge. Now let's just say, for example, we're going to be starting a bodybuilding website. Okay, off the top of my head, I know that bodybuilding.com is a brilliant website. Now if you've already got a website and you've already set it up, you can actually use Alexa to find out who the majority of your visits are. That way you can find out the demographics directly from your own website. If you're starting out, there's probably hasn't been very many people who have visited, and more importantly, there probably isn't enough data for you to draw something conclusively, right? But what you can do is go to a huge competitor's website. So that's why I'm saying, you know, if you're starting a bodybuilding website, why not look at bodybuilding.com and look at what their majority of details are, and draw your target market from that information there. So let's just have a quick look at what we can actually find here. So United States is obviously a massive visitor. You can see here 42.3% of all of the visits to this website are from the United States, and India is actually 11.6. That's actually a little bit surprising, to be honest, and I only say that because I don't know very many Indian athletes, let alone, you know, ones looking at bodybuilding.com. So look how key is that information. You know, 11.6% of visitors are from India. How good is it to have that information? There's actually more visitors from India than there is United Kingdom and Canada combined. I honestly would have thought there would have been a lot more visitors from elsewhere. So yeah, that's a really good thing to look at. Bodybuilding.com is a brilliant website, and I can guarantee you there's stuff that they set up, information to target this particular market, and there is a bounce rate of 47%, which is really good. You can see here it's in the top 1%. Okay, and there is daily page views of 4.6, which is awesome. I know my website at the moment has just under 3 page views per visit, so 4.6 is great. You see in the top 1.1%. Daily time on the site 6 minutes, and that's in the top 4%. So that's a really key indication. So let's say, for example, you were going to start a bodybuilding website. What you would probably want to do is focus on the 42.3% visitors. So you would want to focus on an American, sorry, and you want to focus on someone who's going to visit and stay on your page up to 5 pages, which means you probably want at least 5 pages when you launch your site of information, people that of what people can consume. 6 minutes means that they're on there, but they're not on there for very long. So my assumption would then be is that they're there to watch a video or to find a quick tip on something that they want to do, and then they're off, right? So you want to keep your content probably short and to the point. You know, a lot of bodybuilders, I know because I've been in this state of mind, is that you're not necessarily there to read like a 3,000 word blog post. Okay, you're there to read one page on probably one thing, and that's about it, which fits in perfectly with the one problem, one solution theory, right? And yeah, I mean, even if you were to create videos, if you're going to put videos on your website, that's great. 6 minutes is plenty of time. You know, cut that time in half. You know, create 2 to 3 minute videos, and chances are you'll have them watch 2 or 3 videos before they carry on, right? And here are the top keywords for the search engines. So bodybuilding is number 1, BCAA, which is a supplement, and MISC, miscellaneous. I'm guessing it's a, I'm not sure how that word comes up. Let's just do a quick search and see if it actually comes up. There you go. Miscellaneous, bodybuilding.com forums. That's amazing. I never thought they'd come up for MISC. So, protein powder number 4, that makes sense. Optimum nutrition, that doesn't really make sense, but it does in a way. So you can upgrade here to view even more. If you choose to upgrade with Alexa, I mean, they've got so much information that you can dive into, but this is a great baseline start, right? You can see a lot of their majority of their visits are coming from Google. Then the next in line is Facebook and YouTube. That's a little bit of a surprise. I honestly would have thought a lot more would have come from YouTube. However, you know, Facebook is pretty dominant, and bodybuilding is a very social thing. A lot of people love to share videos and tips, and you know, that they found, or stuff maybe that they thought would help themselves, or that they tried in the gym, and so they're sharing. So in a way it does make sense, but I definitely would have thought YouTube would be higher. Total sites linking in, almost 14,000. That's insane, but I mean, the information on there is kick-ass, so it doesn't really surprise me. So where do visitors go on bodybuilding.com? They go to the website first, and then they go to the forum, and some of them go to bodybuilding.com. Let's have a look at what that actually is, so we know. Over 1 million people transforming their lives. Right, so it looks like some sort of a log, you know, which is probably their version of like Facebook, right? So people logging what they're actually doing. See, 10 of 11 exercises completed, workout time 1 hour, cardio time 15 minutes, weights lifted just over 16,000 pounds. So that's pretty cool, right? I didn't even know this existed, to be honest, and I've been to this website a few times. So yeah, no, I understand why people go on there. My bodybuilding, my guess is it's a profile for this right here, and reviews. So then see the reviews, see that. So when it comes to people visiting a website, typically they only visit a website to get information. A lot of us go for the sale, you know, we're going for the kill immediately, but it's not a very good idea. Majority of people buy on average on the 7th visit, and this here gives us a really good indication of what they actually do. So you've got 1 visit, 2, 3, 4, 5. So reviews.bodybuilding.com, I can almost assure you, is a page that's got reviews of different programs and products and stuff like that maybe people are looking at buying. You know, protein shakes, for example, as we found back up here, protein powder. So that honestly, that makes 100% sense. Look, 74% of people come to the website. Only 28% of those people go to the actual forum. 7% of them go onto Body Space. 3% of them go on to mybodybuilding.com, and almost 3% of them end up buying a product, right? So there is so much to learn from just looking at this information here. And here's some more demographics for us, right? There's more males than there are females, right? And there are less, let's have a look here, there's less people with there's more people visiting without a college education. A lot of them did graduate school, and let's just relative to the general internet population, people are browsing from home. So majority of people are browsing from home. A lot of people are browsing from school, which doesn't surprise me at all. And some people are browsing from work, which I have done in the past as well. So I'm contributing to that percentage there. So look, majority of people are browsing from school, and majority of them have no college education, and there is not as many males as there are females visiting this website, okay? Which also is a surprise, because I honestly would have thought that a lot more men would be visiting this website. So look, if I was to build a bodybuilding website, I would have done 4 or 5 key things completely wrong based on these demographics, and I'm definitely not going to question these. I would question my knowledge. So that again, just the ability to be able to look into this stuff without even beginning, so you can start building an idea of who it is that you're going to be marketing to, so that you really have an idea in terms of the actual content that you're going to be putting together and how you're going to actually target them. All right, so step 2 is, what is your primary platform? So how do you like to communicate is a very good starting point, and what's your target market's preferred method. So like we mentioned earlier on in the bodybuilding.com, that's a website where people like to visit. They like to read, but typically it's 1 to 2 tips. Most people are there to get 1 or 2 tips and then carry on. How to bench press better, how to deadlift better, for example. And then so that not only that tells you how the market's preferred method of communication, which is short and to the point, or probably video, I would assume, which is why you can probably get so many people from Facebook and YouTube, right? And how do you like to communicate is something that you really need to choose. You really need to develop your confidence in how you're actually going to be portraying your message. And the reason being is that if you're not confident, and more importantly, if you're not going to be able to stick to that method of communication, then you're going to come across as disingenuous, right? And people will probably run away from that. So if you're okay with public speaking, video marketing is a brilliant way to go about it, and you'll get a lot better results with video marketing. So I applaud you if you choose video marketing, and if you don't, I do understand. I would encourage you, really encourage you, however, to push yourself to do video marketing. When I started, I didn't like video marketing. I did everything I possibly could to hide, right? But I'm telling you, all of my results, I'm talking like 90-95% of my results have come from video marketing. But something else that's really powerful, if you prefer to read and write, then blogging is probably best for you. It will take a lot longer for you to start gaining results using that method over video marketing, for example, but you can still get great results if you're willing to dedicate the time and put in the effort. Step number 3, what is your marketing method? Now you need to promote the hell out of yourself, okay? The whole that build it and they will come is complete and utter bullshit, right? You build something, I guarantee they're not going to come. Right? You have to prove to Google, to YouTube, to Bing, to Yahoo, to all of these search engines that you're worth them directing their customers to your website. Understand that those are gigantic businesses, and they send people to the most relevant information. Why? Because if they can't find it on that particular search engine, they're going to go to another search engine and find it. So how are they going to charge for advertising, right? So you need to understand, you need to promote the hell out of yourself, because this is marketing, okay? And there are many methods to choose from, to be honest, but it's best to choose one. If you enjoy hanging out on social media, for example, like my wife does, Facebook is probably best for you, or Instagram, or Twitter, or whatever it is you choose. It doesn't really matter. But if you enjoy hanging out on social media, it might be the way to go. If you prefer to read blogs, for example, is just another one. If you prefer to read blogs, then start a blog and start writing. If you prefer to watch videos, then YouTube is probably the marketing method that you'll want to take. Okay. Step number 4. This has nothing to do with strategy. This is so important. Avoid information overload. I have literally studied in the past until the point that I get like analysis paralysis. So studying is great, analysis paralysis isn't. This is basically where you study your brain into complete mush. You learn so much that the information contradicts itself to the point where you take no action because you're completely demotivated and confused by all the information that you've taken in. My suggestion would be is to choose 1 to 2 platforms, choose 1 to 2 marketing strategies, and go from there. And that's really only if you've been online for a little while and you know your way around. You know, you might already have a YouTube channel, you might already have a blog, but you're just not sure where to go from here. This is what I'd suggest. But if you're starting out, pick 1 platform and 1 strategy and master the shit out of it, right? Excuse my language, but basically choose like blogging, for example, and 1 strategy being YouTube marketing. Okay, this is something that I started out with, and I'm so glad that I did because I really had to push myself. I was uncomfortable in front of videos, and I did not like writing, and I sure as hell don't like reading either. So I really had to push myself to write quality blogging information, but now it's a skill that I have that I can use for the rest of my life in any market that I choose to go into. Video marketing, I've now pushed myself out of the comfort zone that I don't mind being in front of the camera. I prefer obviously these screencast videos where I'm showing people what to do rather than me being in front of the camera because I don't like being in the limelight. I prefer to share information. Okay, so when you're starting out, pick 1 platform, 1 strategy, and focus on it entirely. And you can literally spend a lifetime focusing on that 1 platform and 1 strategy and master it and just absolutely nail it online. Okay, the best in the world are the ones that are absolute masters at whatever it is they do. Okay, and I will urge you to focus, and that stands for follow 1 path until successful, which goes along with my previous point of when starting out. Choose 1 platform and 1 strategy so that you can really focus and hone in on that. Okay, this is a mindset. You follow that 1 path until you're successful. You just keep going. The metaphor that I like to share with people when it comes to focus is that how long are you going to give a baby to learn how to walk? Right? You're probably thinking, I mean, well, that's a dumb question. Of course, you're just going to keep pushing it until it learns how to walk. Well, therein lies the secret to success. You just keep going until. You just keep following 1 path until. You don't stop whatever it is that you're doing until you are successful. Okay? Just keep going no matter what. So look, that's it for this little training tutorial. I want to thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I am urging you to go to my blog post and opt in and on my blog post for content marketing to get your free content marketing guide. And when you get a second, click on the subscribe button below to get more kick-ass video tutorials. Please head to my website right now by clicking these buttons here. And I thank you again, and I will see you in the next training video.